Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Sunny of Sunray 75 channel, the home of educational and positive videos. At sa pagkakataong ito, napaka-exciting ulit ng ating topic. At muli ito ay galing sa aklat ni Rick Warren on The Purpose-Driven Life. Ayan. So ngayong gabi ay pag-uusapan natin ang How God Views Your Life. Ayan. Pero bago tayo tumuloy mga kaibigan, batiin muna natin ang mga kailangan nating batiin at mga gustong magpabati sa ating channel. I'd like to say hello to all my students in Santa Magdalena in Miriam College. Hello also to Ate Mila, to Kuya Ramon Publico, to Kuya Danilo Sagad, yun mga kapitbahay namin. And to the Gender and Development Focal Persons in Marikina, hello to all of you. Of course, to all the principals also of different schools. And hi also to Ate Myrna and to Kuya June in Baleno, Masbate. To Ate Marivic and Tomas Gakuma in Tinigban, Aurora, Masbate. And to Marilu Vertusio Gamas, ayan, in Osmeña Colleges. Hello sa inyo. At sa lahat ng mga estudyante ng Osmeña Colleges in Masbate City, Philippines. Ayan. Alam niyo po, kailangan nating gawin yung ating bahagi na magbahagi ng salita ng Diyos because it is part of our mission as a human person, no, as Christian. At sana wag nating makalimutan, no. No matter how simple is our contribution in introducing Christ to people, that is something that I'm sure the Lord will be happy about. And that's the reason why I'm doing this one. So, sabi ko nga, ang topic ngayong gabi is how God views your life. At para doon sa hindi pa pala nakasubscribe sa ating Sunray 75 channel, I would like to invite you, if you find this material, this video, and the channel that is helpful for you, you may subscribe and share our channel to other people so that they may also learn from the videos, from the positive and educational videos that we are uploading every now and then. So, this time, ang pag-uusapan natin, how God views your life. Alam nyo, pinag-uusapan natin ang bagay na ito kasi marami sa atin ang tinitingnan ang buhay ayon sa kanyang sariling pananaw, ayon sa sarili niyang pagkaintindi, ayon sa kanyang mga filosofiya. But I think we need to know about life, and it should be based on how God views our life. Because if you remember, the last time na gumawa ako ng video, ang sabi doon, nandito ka sa mundo for a purpose. You are not here in this world as an accident. How is it? A journey na nandito ka. But you were created to be in this world for a purpose. And therefore, if God has a purpose for you, we have to view life according to how God views our life according to that purpose. Ayan, so let's dive in. Let's start. Sabi dito, the way you see your life shapes your life. Paano mo ba tinitingnan ang buhay? Ang buhay mo. Kasi yan ang magiging future mo. Kung nakikita mo ang buhay mo as productive, kung nakikita mo ang buhay mo na helpful, kung nakikita mo ang buhay mo that you will be an influencer to other people, good influencer to other people, that is what is going to happen. Because that is what you will believe in, that is what you will do, and based on what you believe in and what you did, you will have result. So the way you see your life shapes your life. That's why it's very crucial. Mahalaga itong bahaging ito. No? Next, sabi nga dito, how do you see your life? Yan, paano ba tinitingnan ang buhay? Alam nyo, galing dito sa aklat ni Rick Warren, ang sabi niya dito, how you define your life determines your destiny. Paano mo tinitingnan ang iyong buhay? It determines your destiny. Sabi nga ni Joel Osteen, no, on the topic about vision, napakahalaga ng ating vision about our life because it will serve as direction. Ang nakakalungkot lang minsan, marami sa atin ang wala masyadong vision sa buhay. Sa aklat naman ni Napoleon Hill on Think and Grow Rich, actually sa first paragraph ng kanyang aklat, kung binabasa niyo itong aklat ni Napoleon Hill, ang sabi niya dyan, thoughts are things. Yan. So, kung anong meron ka sa buhay mo, mga bagay na meron ka, mga bagay na gusto mong ma-accomplish, mga bagay na gusto mong ma-establish, starts from here. Whatever is in your mind, that is what's going to happen. And that is what you are going to establish. Kaya nga sabi, kapag hindi malinaw sa iyong isipan kung ano ang nais mo in the future, hindi rin yun mangyayari. Nangyayari ang mga bagay malinaw. For example, isang bahay na gawa mo. Dito yung sala, dito yung dining area, dito yung kusina, dito yung restroom. Why were you able to establish that, to do that, to construct that? Because you have a clear vision of what you would like to establish. Pero kung hindi yan malinaw dito, that's going to be a problem. And the same is applicable to life. What else? Sabi sa aklat ni T. Harv Eker sa Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, sabi niya, thinking determines action, then results. See? Napakahalaga ng ating pag-iisip at kung paano natin tinitingnan ang buhay, because for sure it will influence the kind of life that we're going to make. As we continue, sabi nga dito, yung mga Bible passages no, na ginamit ni Rick Warren sa kanyang aklat, sabi dito, do not conform yourselves to the standard of this world, but let God transform you inwardly by a complete change of your mind. Then you will be able to know the will of God. Maraming tao sa mundo, ayon sa research, no, sa discussion ni Earl Nightingale, isang motivational speaker din. Ayon sa kanyang pag-aaral, sa kanilang research, out of 100 people, 5 lang ang taong alam kung bakit sila bumabangon araw-araw. Ano ang plano nila sa buhay. Only 5 out of 100. Can you imagine? No wonder, kaunti lang ang mga taong successful. At kung titingnan din natin, the 95% ay hindi na yan masyado nagtatanong, nag-iisip tungkol sa buhay. Bakit? Because they conform to the standard of the world. Kung ano nakikita nila sa paligid. Sarap mag-video okay, masarap mag-piesta-piesta, masarap lang mag-basketball, masarap manood ng TV, masarap makipag-chismisan, masarap mag-outing minsan. Hindi ko sinasabing huwag tayong mag-enjoy sa buhay. But how do we use our time on earth? Remember, sabi nga kapag mga 70 hanggang 70 years ka sa daigdig, you have like, how is it? 25,550? Kung umabot ka ng 70 years old, pero ilang taon ka na ngayon? Ilang araw na ang nabawas sa 25,550 mo? Kung 30 years old ka na ngayon, kung 40 years old ka na ngayon, baka more than half na ng 25,000, baka 10,000 na lang ang natitira sa'yo, or baka 5,000. We can never tell. Hindi natin hawak ang ating buhay. Ang tanong, paano ba natin ito ginagamit? Are we just conforming to what's happening around us? At hindi natin napapahalagahan ang buhay. In the first place, hindi ko sinasabing para sa lahat, pero in general, paano naman natin malalaman ang nais ng Diyos? Hindi naman tayo nagbabasa ng Biblia. Hindi naman tayo nagsisimba, nagsasamba, nag-fellowship. Wala tayong time sa ganung mga bagay. Kung meron man, iilan lang sa atin ang ganun. And along with this, I'm saying that we need to know our God. Why are we here on earth? What's the purpose of our lives? We need to know the Creator. We need to know God. Because by knowing Him, little by little, He will transform us to the kind of person He wants us to be. Paano naman tayo mag-adhere? Paano tayo magbago? Paano bago ang ating kaisipan kung hindi naman natin kinikilala ang ating Panginoon? Saan natin makikita yun? In the Bible. Kapag nagsisimba ka, kapag nag-uusap tayo tungkol sa Panginoon. But if you don't have that time, my God, baka masasayang or nasasayang ang ating panahon. What else? So, there are many life's metaphor, but there are 3 metaphors that we are going to talk about tonight. So, sa ating pagpapatuloy, let's talk about life's metaphor. We understand there are many, but we will just discuss 3 life's metaphor in this video. One is, life on earth is a test. Second, life on earth is a trust. And third, life on earth is a temporary assignment. So let's continue. Let's start with life on earth is a test. Alam nyo, if we're going to read the Bible, there are more than 200 times na ang mga salitang itong trials, temptations, refining, and testing, they occurred in the Bible. They were used in the Bible for more than 200 times. Bakit? Because as what we knew, our life here on earth is just temporary, and the situations we have, the things that we experience on earth, ang mga bagay na itong nangyayari sa atin, they are all tests. Tinetest tayo ng Panginoon. Are we ready? Are we deserving to be with Him or not to be with Him? Because we pass or we did not pass the test. Naalala nyo kung titingnan natin sa Old Testament, God tested Abraham, no? He tested Jacob, Adam and Eve, no? At si Ruth, Esther, and Daniel in the Old Testament. So hindi lang tayo ang tinitest ng Panginoon. Even those characters in the Bible, they were tested in their journey here on earth. So the things which are happening to us actually are tests. At yung test na yan, it develops, no? It develops, those tests develop our character. So character is both developed and revealed by tests. And all of life is test. Ayan, the kind of person you are, your traits, kung paano ka nakikilala as a human person, you were developed because of those tests, because of those refining and testing, because of those temptations which come our way, because of those trials. So, dyan nakikita kung sino tayo, kung ano tayo. And we have to remember that all of life is a test. Example, if there are problems which come our way, minsan nagkakasakit tayo, may mga disappointments na nangyayari sa atin or na ating nararanasan. Even the weather actually is a test. Kapag umuulan, may mga taong kapag umuulan, nagrereklamo. Kapag wala namang ulan, laging mainit, nagrereklamo. Kapag malamig, nagrereklamo. Kapag, my God, lahat na lang ay gustong ireklamo. But all those situations are actually tests. And they are developing our character to become the kind of person God wants us to be. Are we passing in those tests or hindi? Kasi ang dami nating reklamo sa buhay. No? When you realize that life is a test, you realize that nothing is insignificant in your life. Kapag alam natin, kapag na-realize natin na ang mga nangyayari at ang buhay mismo is a test, walang sitwasyon sa buhay na walang saysay, no? Na walang contribution to the plan of God for us. Na walang contribution doon sa pagporma ng Diyos sa uri ng tao na nais niyang maging, no? Tayo bilang tao. ayon sa kanyang plano. So nothing is insignificant. Everything that is happening to us is important because that will make the kind of person God wants us to be. And we have to remember that all tests have eternal implications. Nakapasa ba tayo dun sa test na yon? Are we deserving to be with God in heaven or not to be with God but to be in hell forever? We have to see. We have to see. Sabi nga, everything that happens for a Christian happens for good. We may not be able to understand the reason why these things are happening, but for sure, if we trust in the Lord, God knows the reason behind why these things are happening, why He is allowing these things to happen, because He is testing us and He is forming us and our character into the kind of person He wants us to become. No? Okay. Next. So, ayon naman dito sa isang Bible passage, God keeps His promise and He will not allow you to be tested beyond your power to remain firm at the time you are put to the test. So, alam ng Panginoon ng ating mga pinagdadaanan, kung ano man yan, kaya nating harapin yan. Because He gave us already that strength. Kilala tayo ng Diyos. Alam niya kung sino tayo, ang ating past, ang ating present, ang ating future. Binigyan niya na tayo ng sapat na lakas upang harapin ang mga test na yan. We only need to acknowledge that and to trust in the Lord as we face those tests every day. He will give you the strength to endure it and so provide you with a way out. Ngayon, binigyan ka na, no, ng strength to endure it. No, pakayanin natin yan. And a way out if necessary. God gave us those already. Sabi niya, blessed are those who endure when they are tested. When they pass the test, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love Him. So, hindi ito wala lang. These tests, meron ito ng premyo in the end. Sabi niya, when they pass the test, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love Him. We will have a crown of life. We will have the prize from the Lord. If we pass the test. So life on earth is a test. That is one. And hopefully kapag dumating ang lahat ng ito, hopefully ang ating tingin, ang ating pananaw, how can I pass the test? So that when I pass it, I will be with the Lord in heaven and not in hell. So the second metaphor that we're going to discuss is life on earth is a trust. Pagtitiwala. Pinagkatiwalaan tayo ng Panginoon. But we have to remember something. Sabi dito, we never own anything during our stay on earth. The things around, everything that we have, whether that's a possession, ano ba ang posisyon mo ngayon sa lipunan, sa trabaho mo? Or whether that is a possession. Ano bang kayamanan, pera, ano bang meron ka, bahay, kotse, negosyo, everything. You own nothing. While you are here on earth, pahiram lang yan ng Diyos sa iyo. That is not yours because even our body and our soul, we do not own them. Everything is owned by God. You are just borrowing that. No? Sabi nga dito, God just loans the earth to us while we're here. Niloan lang natin ito sa Panginoon. Hiniram lang natin, pinahiram lang ito sa atin ng Panginoon. It was God's property before you arrived. Sinong nagmamayari nito? Ang Panginoon. And God will loan it to someone else after you die. Kaya pagkatapos ng panahon mo sa mundo, after 70 years old, 80, 90, ipapahiram niya yan ulit doon sa mga susunod pa sa atin. Depende yan kung hindi pa dumating ang Panginoon. Pero ipapahiram pa niya yan doon sa susunod sa atin. You just get to enjoy it for a while. Alam nyo, minsan marami sa atin na nandito sa sanlibutan, hindi na kasi natin tinanong ang Panginoon, ano ang purpose natin dito. Feeling natin forever na tayo dito. And this is our final home. This is our final destiny. We have to remember this is not our final home. This is not our final destiny. And everything that we have, hiniram lang natin, pinahiram lang sa atin ng Diyos. The first job God gave humans to manage and to take care of God's stuff on earth. So, lahat ng meron tayo ay pinahiram lang ng Panginoon. At yung unang trabaho na ibinigay sa tao is to manage and to take care of everything on earth. Because God owns it, and it should be taken care of as much as we can. Nako mga kaibigan, itanong nyo nga sa inyong sarili, kung ang pinahiram sa atin ng Diyos ay ating inaalagaan, ang ating buhay, baka bisyo, hindi natin inalagaan ang buhay. Ang ating paligid, inaalagaan ba natin? Nako, kung makatapon tayo ng basura, kung makadumi tayo sa paligid, makasunog tayo ng mga kung ano-ano, plastic, dahon, everything, makatapon ng basura kahit saan. Yung mga puno, inaalagaan ba natin? Nagtatanim ba tayo? Uputol tayo ng putol. Samantalang nagbibigay sa atin ng lilim, ng pagkain, ng gamot, ang puno, nagbibigay sa atin ng oxygen para tayo makalanghap. Binubuhay tayo ng puno, bakit natin sila pinapatay? Yung hangin, inaalagaan ba natin? Nililinis ba natin? Hindi natin dinudumihan? Ang tubig, no? Atin bang inaalagaan ang lahat ng ito na pahiram ng Panginoon? Ang lupa, na yung iba kapag makaangkin ng lupa, akala mo kanila na forever. My God! Yung hangin, tubig, lupa, puno, paligid, lahat yan, pahiram lang ng Panginoon. That is not yours and that will never be yours. We are just borrowing that from the Lord while we are here. And we have to be reminded of that. What else? So, naalala nyo ang bawat isa sa atin? No? Ang bawat isa sa atin? Binigyan ng Panginoon ng potentials and everything that we have. At naalala nyo rin ang kwento sa Bible about the story of the talent. No? Na bago umalis yung master, yung kanyang mga servants ay tinawag niya. Yung isa binigyan ng 5 talents. Yung isa naman ay 2. Yung isa naman ay 3. At kanyang, siyempre, pagbalik ng Panginoon ay titingnan niya kung anong ginawa sa mga talents na ipinahiram niya. So yung nakatanggap ng 5, okay, ginamit niya yun. And later on, nagbunga ng 5 pa. Yung 2, nagbunga ng 2 pa. Yung isa natakot. Kaya naghukay siya. Tinago niya. At pagbalik ng Panginoon, sinabi niya, natakot siya, kaya binabalik niya yung isa. Nako, mga kaibigan. Para doon sa mga nagamit ang kanilang talento, no? Nagamit ang treasure, ang talent na iniwan sa kanila ng Panginoon, yung 5 na nagkaroon ng 5 pa ulit, yung 2 na nagkaroon ng 2 pa ulit. Sabi niya, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." See? No? Pero syempre, yung isa na lang nga, no? At kanyang ibinaon pa dahil natakot. Naku, binawi sa kanya kung anong meron sa kanya. No? Yung kakarampot na yon. At walang natira sa kanya. So, the more God gives you, the more responsible He expects you to be. Ikaw, ano bang pinahiram sa'yo ng Panginoon? Ano bang binigay sa'yo? Meron kang posisyon, meron kang kayamanan, meron kang talento, meron kang knowledge and wisdom. Paano mo siya ginamit? How did you develop that? How did you use that to serve people and God? Did you use it wisely? Or ibinaon mo lang, tinago mo lang? Marami sa atin, maraming talentong binigay, resources na binigay, pero nagamit ba ng maayos? Nagamit ba ng tama sa paglilingkod sa kapwa at sa Panginoon? Or itinago lang? Or inabuso lang? Hindi ginamit ng maayos. If you are untrustworthy about the worldly wealth, who will trust you with the true riches of heaven? Yan. Sabi niya, kapag tayo ay hindi mapagkatiwalaan sa mga makabudong bagay, no? Sino ang magtitiwala sa iyo ng totoong kayamanan sa langit? Still, it's a test. But just the same, it's also a trust. May pinagkatiwala siya sa atin. Paano natin ginamit? From everyone who has been entrusted with much, much will be asked. So, sa mga pinahiram, binigyan, pinagkatiwalaan ng Panginoon, ayan, ng marami, much will be asked. Kaya ask yourself, anong binigay sa akin? Anong ipinagkatiwala sa akin ng Panginoon sa panahon na nandito ako? Na-improve ko ba? Na-develop ko ba? Ang mga talents mo, ang lahat ng meron ka, were you able to to develop it? Because God is expecting and will ask us much also when He comes back. And later on during the time that He's going to ask us already about everything entrusted to us. So, we have to remember, life on earth is a test. Life on earth is a trust. And the third one is, life on earth is a temporary assignment. So, tingnan natin, makakapasa ba tayo sa mga test na nangyayari sa ating buhay? Sa mga bagay, sa lahat ng ipinagkatiwala sa atin ng Panginoon, na alagaan ba natin? No? Ang tubig, ang paligid, ang hangin, anong meron ka? Yung posisyon mo, the riches that you have, atin bang nagamit? At sa gitna ng lahat ng ito, tandaan natin, our life on earth is a temporary assignment. Sana ang lahat ng ito ay makatulong sa atin upang makita natin ano lang ba ang mahalaga sa buhay sa mundo. At sa panahon na ating ma-realize yan, tingnan natin, nasaan na tayo sa ating journey? Nagamit ba natin ang ating panahon ng tama? Tayo ba ay patuloy na pumapasa sa test na nangyayari sa atin araw-araw? Yung tiwala ba ng Panginoon ay ating napangalagaan? Just remember, life on earth as an assignment is temporary. You will not stay forever here. If you find this video helpful, you can share this to your friends, to your family members, and to anyone whom you want to share this video with. This is not our true home. Our true home is waiting for us if we pass the test. Once again, this is Sunny of Sunray 75 channel saying thank you very much and see you in my next vlog.